Okay, great. Good morning, everybody. Dr. Matt Green, Village Chiropractic and Wellness Center, located in Montclair Village. Here's my pen, exactly. And then my wife, she's the love of my life. I wrote down exactly what I wanted on Monday morning, and I met her on a Thursday night. I mean, we're meant to be. My lovely life, Heather. These are my kids, and that's Jared and Rome. You can see they're very loving and affectionate, and I think all of my wife's chill went into Jared, and all of my crazy and all of my wife's crazy went into Rome. They just auditioned for the Charlie and Chocolate Factory, and she got Willy Wonka, and he got Charlie. My performer is being expressed through that. I'm really excited to introduce my newly updated initial exam. It's really been inspired by my motivation to give people specific, quantitative, measurable results that they can watch improve and really begin to see how chiropractic care can help them in a significant way after they're pain-free. So what people do is when they first come in, they answer these questions according to these 5 different areas: exercise, nutrition, rest and rejuvenation, positive mental attitude, and joint mobility and joint health. Each one has 5 questions, 50 points each, a total of 250 points. That's why every time they fill this out, we can track the progress, not only in each one of the categories, but in total. Some examples of the questions: I'm a physically fit person and formally exercise on a regular basis, 1 to 10. I eat 46 meals a day and properly combine my protein, carbs, and fats, 1 to 10. I get at least 7 hours of sleep 7 days a week. Most of the time I'm truly happy and feel a sense of purpose in my life, and I feel good about my posture when I look in the mirror. So see, these are some of the examples of the questions that are going to be asked in each one of the categories. You can see it says wellness score there. So all of the tests has a total score. You can see up at the top, 75C. So I have 11 tests. Each one of those tests is a scientifically, clinically proven parameter or target range. And what we do is we compare the person's data or their results to the target range. And the closer they are to the target range, the closer that number on the right is to 100. And the farther away from the target range, the more they're closer to 0. Right? So you can see each one of those, 80 to 100% are in green, 50 to 70 are in yellow, and then below 50 are in red. So let's take a look at some of these tests. Oh, so these tests are in 3 different categories: neurospinal health, functional fitness, and then general health. And then it gives an overall score, right? So if your overall score is in the red or an F, you're likely in disease. If it's in a D, you're likely poor health. If it's a C or yellow, you're maintaining health. If it's a B, you're probably in good health, and if it's an A, you're probably in optimal health. So let's take a look at these. The first 5 are neurospinal tests. The first one is posture. We're going to measure your posture, and you can see on the right how specific the measurements can be. The second thing we're going to measure is how far is your head in front of your shoulders. Okay? Yep. The third test is we're going to use the computer to read the muscle tone on each side of your spine. We're going to measure how symmetrical or not symmetrical those muscles are. Second one is we're going to test for subluxations, and subluxations are like a short circuit in your electrical communication system. And we're going to measure your ankle pronation stability, and we're going to see how that's affecting your overall posture. Okay, so those are the 5 neurospinal tests. We also have 2 functional fitness tests, some strength tests and flexibility tests, as well as overall health exams. Okay, so we're going to take all 11 of those tests, we're going to put it in this wellness score, and you're going to come out with a overall score. Now what's next? Well, what's next is we're going to identify the 2 or 3 lowest scores, and we're going to get the consequences of failure and prescriptions for improvement. So for example, if somebody comes in poor posture, they have poor posture, it's something that they're concerned about, and they score really low. Well, I've written out paragraphs on each one of these that consequences. If you don't handle your posture, here's likely what's going to happen. Then here's what Village Chiropractic and Wellness Center is going to provide. Okay, so a good referral is a working professional. Someone who's 35 years and older, sits for years, they're waking up with the uh-oh. They're responsible, they keep their appointments, they know why they're there, they have a good sense of self, they have low back or neck pain, and they have basic wear and tear issues. Okay, another good referral is someone who's athletic. Some of them runs races, 5K to half marathons. They have regular exercise routine. Yes, that's Will Ferrell. And they have lower extremity, ankle, knee, foot, and hip injuries. And has family. They have kids living at home, 8 to 18 years old. The kids are athletic, and they're usually saying, "Mommy, Daddy, my something hurts. It just hurts. It's dull aching pain that lasts longer than 3 to 4 days." No. Questions? Thank you.
How long does the whole exam last?
Half hour.
Wow.
Yep.
When did you start doing this?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to start doing this March 1st.
So in regards to kids, sometimes they have growing pains. How do you know if it's a growing pain or a pain that needs to be addressed in something? Because growing pains can be dull and achy for a couple days. You know what I mean?
It's a really good question. And so I can only really answer that if it's somebody's in front of me, but really my main job is to evaluate how the body is functioning. So if that body's functioning perfect and I can't find anything, muscle tone is totally even side to side, there's no subluxations, they have perfect range of motion and nothing's tender, then there's nothing I can do for them. But if there's something that's not right, well, we're going to start to address that and probably watch them say, "Hey, I feel better."
In your opinion, if someone has like a reoccurring injury, but they're thinking that their workout, or that because they work out a lot, that's how they kind of counteract that, do you feel like exercising is the best way to kind of help an injury go away, or could it be like
Sure.
case by case?
Yes, a few seconds left, so here's how I'm going to answer that. Exercise is a tipping point. Sometimes the injury can be made worse by exercise. Sometimes it can be made better. It's usually the balance and symmetry of the system. If there's a lot of tightness or instability on one side, exercise, bad. If there's usually a fair amount of balance, but there's a lot of tightness, might be more likely to be helped.
Awesome.